In Japan, there's a deep connection between the people and the sea. For generations, the ocean has shaped our food, our stories, our craft, and our rituals. In return, we honor it through festivals, through art, through prayer. Among the many gifts of the sea, seaweed has always been sacred to us. It nourishes our bodies, it purifies our spaces. More than just a resource, it's a thread connecting us to the sea. Tamaha hakimoku, also known as Sargassum unicum, is a seaweed native to Japan. Here, it is part of a balanced ecosystem, but beyond our shores, it has become a global concern. There, it is an invasive problem, smothering native species and piling up in rotting masses. As the world struggles with its spread, we ask, how can we help others coexist with this species?
We wanted to really get to know Sargassum unicum, not just read about it, but work with it, touch it, test it. So we began a series of experiments to explore its potential as a material. We were inspired by the idea of a thread connecting people to the sea. That's what led us to think about textiles and how seaweed might enhance or even become fabric.
One of the first things we tried was creating a textile coating using the seaweed. We wanted to see if it could give fabrics extra properties like UV protection or antimicrobial effects. To compare, we tested kombu, wakame, and Sargassum unicum. We soaked them in different solutions to see how they held up against mold. After soaking, we dehydrated the samples, ground them into powder, and mixed them all with a combination of cornstarch and glycerin. That made a kind of gel.
Sargassum unicum stood out. It formed a strong, even gel that didn't smell too bad and blended well with the other ingredients.
We applied that gel to cotton threads and wove them in small patches. It worked better than we expected.
But then we started asking, what if seaweed didn't just coat the thread? What if it was the thread?
We tried 3D printing the gel into flexible woven-like patterns. Our prints weren't perfect, but they dried into surprisingly tough and flexible materials.
That's when we started thinking more speculatively. What if textile wasn't just static? What if it could change, adapt, or even interact with its wearer over time?
Our project is called Risou. In Japanese, it means ideal, but here, the second character carries another meaning, seaweed, because our vision of an ideal future begins with the ocean. Risou is a living uniform made from seaweed, turning our responsibility to the earth into something we wear. These garments protect us from intense sunlight, designed to respond to temperature in the environment, darken under polluted air, and shift color in acidic water. Each uniform monitors the wearer's environmental impact and adapts accordingly. By 2100, the Earth has changed. Decades of unchecked climate change, rising seas, collapsing ecosystems, and resource scarcity has left lasting scars. The places we once called home are disappearing, and the planet is no longer forgiving. To continue living here, we must enter into a new pact, not with governments, not with corporations, but with Earth itself. In this future, clothing is more than a necessity. It forms a treaty between us and the planet. As long as we fulfill our duty, our uniform remains vibrant, but neglect it and the fabric begins to fray. How we choose to live becomes visible in every thread.
We envision Risou not only as a speculative future, but also as a platform to inspire real change. In partnership with Seagull's Youth Co-Creation Lab, we can bring these ideas directly to young minds. Through workshops, youth can explore concepts like bio-based materials, circular design, and the hidden potential in marine waste through the lens of invasive seaweed species like Sargassum unicum.
In the Japanese philosophy of Jinen, there is no separation between people and nature. Like rivers, forests, mountains, and time itself, we are all part of the same flow. Risou is a way to remember our ancestors' promise, to take only what we need and to give back in return, to weave a living connection between ourselves and the earth.